just so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, nobody made us, and no one can take this cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people, don't mess with this.
Good morning. It is Patrick and the people. Chad Sledge in the house with me today. What is up?
What is up, my man?
Man, you, even with the rain and everything, you've been pretty busy, haven't you?
Yeah. Surprisingly.
That's wild, man. Everybody came out on spring break to get stuff done
Man,
and whatnot.
yes.
Man, it's pretty messy. You said it was raining real hard this morning.
Man, this morning about 3 o'clock it hit. The lightning hit, and I came up out of my bed. Like, I woke up and I was sitting up. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I had yesterday, today will be day 4 of a 2-hour car job I've been working on. Changing the starter on this Infinity.
God.
And it's under the manifold, so, you're dismantling half of the damn engine to get to it.
Yeah.
But I was underneath. I dropped a tool.
Oh,
I dropped
man,
a wrench, right?
Right.
And it was wild anyway. So I'm looking for this wrench, and both of us, one of them's looking up top, I'm looking underneath. And Laura had just pulled up and was walking into the garage when the lightning struck. And she goes, "I just saw your feet kick under the car."
Imagine,
said,
man.
yeah, no, it scared the shit out of me. But yeah, and I don't know that I could describe this where people would really understand, but you might understand if you've ever worked on anything. So drop this wrench, all right? Not a small wrench. I mean, it's probably 6-inch wrench, right, like that. Dropped it, and it didn't come out the bottom. And so we're looking for where the hell it is. And I mean, we're looking everywhere. He's looking up top. I'm underneath. I'm all over the place. And I was just about to give up. I looked one last place, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Somehow the wrench fell straight down and landed on a bolt that it fit.
Oh, man.
And it was standing straight up in the air on that bolt.
Man, you sound like you hit the lottery.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was like, how can that even happen?
That's
the physics of that, you could
man.
never do it again.
Never.
And I was like, that is wild. It was straight up
Not
and
only
down.
happens when you're frustrated working on a car.
That's right. So I'm down to get the starter out. I just need this one back bolt. And I've spent a half a day yesterday trying to break that bolt. I've used like 4 or 5 tools. And I'm like, I'm not that weak. You know what I mean? I should be able to break a bolt over, but it's been so frustrating. So I've got a reinforcement coming in today, hopefully, to help me out.
And I hope that works out. That sounds like it's been a pain.
Yeah, it's probably supposed to be a 2-hour job. I'm on day 4.
God.
You tell me if that's a pain. You know what I'm saying? Good morning to Latasha
Good morning,
and
good morning.
Brad. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? What up, Andy? Tactical Turkey in the house. We're going to be getting with you next week, I believe, about coming out there and blowing some stuff up. You want to go with us?
Hell yeah, man, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. So
I'm always down to blow some shit up.
all right,
man.
yeah, we're going to go out there to Tactical Turkey's place, and he's got some tannerite and whatnot.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah,
You in on
that's
that?
always a fun time.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I'll definitely include you in that invite.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, we'll go out there and have ourselves
I
a
got
little
me a
fun.
new 10mm pistol.
you?
Yes, I just got it the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we might.
I
shoot
hadn't
this.
even shot a 10 mil.
It's pretty big, man. It's a Glock, but it's huge. Like I can't even really carry it on me because it's so big.
Is that bigger or smaller than a 9 mil?
It feels bigger. I don't know. I technically I think it's bigger, but I don't know.
I assume it's bigger, but I don't know a lot.
About the same size. It looks back like a 45 shell.
Okay, yeah, it'll do the job.
Yeah.
It'll stop
I
somebody.
hope so, man. I ain't got to shoot it yet, so that's what
No?
I'm saying. We might, if he don't mind, we might bring it out there.
Okay,
Got
I'm
a thing
sure
of
he won't
shells
mind.
and everything for it.
Oh, I'm sure he said he has a 10 millimeter. Bring it out and let's break it in.
Let's go for it. That
Yeah.
sounds like a fun day.
So can you say where you got it?
Well, I just got back. I got it back. It was my brother.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it means a lot.
I didn't
but
know if you went and
I've
bought
never
it.
got to shoot the gun.
That's
no.
cool, man.
But I can't really carry it, like I said, because it's like a brick, man.
Yeah.
It's a Glock too, so they're already big. But this thing, it's heavy, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hand cannon.
Yes.
It's a Dirty Harry special there. No, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Rich said, yeah, we were talking about going out there Thursday, I think. That sounds good to me, man.
Yeah.
I'm in on Thursday.
Just let me know, man.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get everything set up on that. He said a Glock 20 10 millimeter.
Yes, that sounds right. I think
Yeah,
it
he
is
said
Blox
that's
20.
what he's got. Yeah, Glock 20 10 mil. And I don't even know what that means, but it sounds like a badass gun. Sounds like something that'll air condition your brain for you.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds like an invasion stopper, you know. All right, let's get to some news that you can use. The stock market coming off a tough day,
Man.
worst in 5 years, after President did announce the tariffs for the S&P 500 plunged 5%, Dow Jones 4%. That's the biggest drop since June of 2020. Investors fear a global trade war. The tech-heavy NASDAQ dropped about 6%. But again, I think this is temporary pain for long-term
I do
gain.
too. I think it'll bounce back, but man, it hurt yesterday looking at my stuff.
I bet it did. I bet it did, man. Especially if you have like long-term things like mutual funds and
yeah,
stuff, and
it's
you just
all
watch
the
that hit.
tanker, man. Oh my
It'll
God.
all come back
Yeah,
up.
it'll bounce back.
It's just like Tesla stock. You know, when it dropped the other day, I was like, yeah, now would be the time to buy.
Right, 'cause I mean, all this stuff's gonna come back up.
Yeah, it's going to come back. The money transfer service Zelle is shutting down its app. Services will still be available on banking apps, so app users will have to re-enroll. I don't like Zelle. I've tried to use it. It sucks.
I only use it on my banking app. I've never tried it any other way.
Yeah, I don't.
Most
dig
people, when you say Zelle, they're like, no. So
Right.
I don't know.
I don't really like. There's another one too. I think it starts with
Venmo, PayPal.
Venmo. I don't
I
love
don't mess with
Venmo either, but I like Cash App and PayPal.
Okay, yeah.
Amazon MGM getting started on a new James Bond movie. At CinemaCon in Las Vegas Wednesday, the exec said that they're in London getting started. They said they're committed to honoring the legacy of the iconic character while bringing, quote, a fresh, exotic new chapter. Amazon gained complete creative control over the Bond franchise. There hasn't been a Bond film since 2021, No Time to Die, with Daniel Craig.
What's your take on those?
Which one?
I mean, like all the
Bond in general?
well,
or-
like the newer ones that have came out. Like
I think Daniel Craig is the best James Bond that ever has been.
I think they should let it die with him.
They could have.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
They
Like
may have changed it up, but now that Amazon bought it,
it's gonna go to in the
I don't know what it might be like Disney did with Star Wars, just ruin it. You know?
Right.
Have 400 James Bond movies,
It's
400 kinds of James Bonds, girl James Bond, mutant James Bond,
There's gonna
trans
be
James Bond,
a meta Bond.
Jamie Bond. I mean, everybody's going to show up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know what it's going to be like, but I've always loved those movies. I used to always say Sean Connery was the best.
That's is he not the OG?
He is to me. He wasn't. There was one guy that did it before, George Lazenby, but he was trash. But Connery, nostalgia wise, is probably the best. But Daniel Craig, those movies he's so gritty, man. Such a gritty actor. He brought so much to it. I think that I think Roger Moore went silly, and it got sillier as it went.
Right.
To the point where Pierce Brosnan, it was just absolutely ludicrous. I'm not saying he wasn't a fun Bond, but I'm saying it became almost comedic. It was so silly.
No, right.
And Daniel Craig brought it back to something real.
Right.
More Bourne-like, if you will. And I love those movies too.
No, I like the Bournes.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens though. I'm intrigued to see what they'll do with it. That's for sure. Okay, so lots of storms, as you probably know. Millions of people across the eastern U.S. are bracing for flash flooding that some say could be historic. A series of severe storms have dropped up to 4 inches of rain on the south central. You know that. And now forecasters predicting another 8 inches through Saturday in Missouri and Kentucky. National Weather Service is life-threatening, potentially historic flash flooding from the Ohio Valley to the Mid-South. Said many rivers could overflow their banks.
Man, it seems like every year now that they're saying it's historic flooding.
Yeah,
It's a century
yeah.
flood. I'm like,
It's hard to believe that they're all
I can't believe
historic,
it's a
right?
century already,
I remember when I was a kid, and I know, well, I'm sure you would know because I was so little. I had to be, man, I was real little. But over at Ashland University, there used to be a Kmart there. Mm-hmm. And I remember we had a flood here, I believe in 1978 or 80. I don't remember. I think it's 78, but it may be 80. and that was underwater, completely
wild, man.
underwater. And no, it was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I'd never seen my dad with a panic before.
Right, yeah.
You know, he was just never that way.
Right.
And man, we were trying to get somewhere to. My mom was
Higher
in the hospital.
ground, yeah.
No, my mom was in
Oh.
the hospital, and we were trying to get to the hospital, and there wasn't. We couldn't find a non-flood route, and he was doing everything he could to get to her. You know,
Man.
and so he was freaking the hell
Yeah,
out.
imagine, man. It's like
Yeah.
a bad day.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad day, to be honest with
Right.
you. Yeah, I mean, just seeing though Kmart underwater.
Oh, yeah, that's trippy,
I
man.
mean, that's Asheron University, where the village is. The whole thing, everything underwater, just right there. I mean, think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's historic. I don't know if it's historic here or not.
Right.
That's how I'm gonna, in my memory
I'm
anyway.
going to mark it off Kmart. Yeah.
YouTube prepping for a possible TikTok shutdown. They just launched their new video creation tool for short videos. YouTube Shorts video feed competes with TikTok. Users are going to be able to edit, track the video performance when the feature launches before the summer. Ryan Reynolds' latest business, because he needs another one. He's getting into the wine business. His maximum effort is teaming with Gallo to create Ugly Estates boxed wine. Peggy the Hairless Pug, a.k.a. Dogpool, is the spokes dog and was at the launch in Texas. Ugly Estates is a more casual wine with the tagline is 33% more wine, 100% less snob. So there you go. You know, he'll probably do well with
This
it.
dog is awesome.
It is a funny dog, hideous animal. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy admitted yesterday thousands of recent job cuts at his department may have gone too far. He said about 20% of the 10,000 employees let go may have been let go by mistake, and they will bring back those numbers they need to. He said it was a reasonable mistake, said corrections are underway. And I believe, look, they're going through so many people, they've got to figure out, you know, what they need, and it just takes a minute. TikTok goes on the clock. What is it? TikTok. This is poorly written. Look, TikTok, they're up against the deadline tomorrow. Several companies and groups have put bids together for TikTok. Any deal would have to have the approval of the Chinese government. When asked about the looming deadline by reporters, Trump said the tariffs announced on Chinese imports might play a part in any negotiation over the sale of the app. So he's also considering a new executive order delaying it again, which could be signed today. I don't think TikTok's really going anywhere, to be honest. But if it does, you got Clapper, you got YouTube,
A bunch
you
of
got
people trying to
Reels.
take its place.
Yeah, everything's out there. The U.S. Senate did confirm Dr. Oz as the new administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Dr. Oz, a 64-year-old former heart surgeon and TV personality, will now oversee health insurance programs that provide coverage to about half of the population, including Medicare, Medicaid, and the Affordable Health Care Act. He'll be responsible for determining the future of policy changes and whatnot, and you know, what's covered, what's not covered, things like that. A federal judge has raised concerns the Trump administration may have acted inappropriately by deporting Venezuelan migrants to El Salvador before a court could block their removal.
Bullshit.
You think so?
I was
Tell me
sneezing.
more.
I was sneezing, man. I'm sneezing.
You think that's bullshit, huh?
Man, it was MS-13 people and stuff, man. Like, they didn't need to be here, man. I'm
No,
sorry.
I don't know why we're trying to fight for
No,
these
man.
guys. I mean,
Like,
they're ruthless.
why?
Man.
So they can come over here and rob your grandma?
Cut your head off, hang you up from a bridge somewhere.
Cut your nuts off?
Yeah,
No, I'm
these
good, man.
guys are crazy, man.
No.
They're a different brand of crazy that we don't need.
yeah,
here.
them Venezuelan brand.
No, you don't want that, man. Let's see. What else? Oh, here, let's go to some good news. An Amazon driver in Florida is being praised for alerting authorities after a woman quietly asked for help during a delivery. Deputies and medics arrived quickly, ensuring the woman received timely and necessary medical care. The driver is being credited with preventing further harm to the woman, and the community has expressed a lot of gratitude for this driver who stepped up to help her. Let's see if I've got a little bit more information on that, because you probably want to know it. Let's see. It was a routine delivery Friday. He contacted the authorities when she whispered, "Help me," when he was dropping off a package. So he called the sheriff's office. A deputy came, talked to the woman. A Authorities confirmed she had been in distress from what she described as a domestic violence situation. And I guess he wasn't letting her leave. So the situation got safely resolved. The woman is now recovering, and I assume that they put that guy in the clinker.
They need to.
Yeah, no, there's no.
He might have hit a couple walls on the way in.
Yeah, right. He might have bounced his face on the side of the window. I don't know what happened. He was crazy. After a burglary at Crush Comics in Castro Valley, California, the store's owner and manager tracked down the thief using eBay listings and social media. Their investigation connected the suspect to other thefts, ultimately leading to the arrest and suspect of stolen merchandise. Thanks to their quick thinking, tens of thousands of dollars of merchandise was returned. They're even considering turning the experience into a comic book. Yeah, okay. North Carolina nonprofit Support Our Troops recently received a donation of 48,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies to send to service members, thanks to contributions made through the Piedmont Girl Scout Council. Well, thanks. Now we can make our soldiers fat too.
Man, them girls got a racket, man. They say they make like, is it like $4 million in 4 months or something?
It's crazy money.
Man, that is insane. If they do that, why not do it all year?
I don't know,
what I'm saying?
man.
Like,
I guess
why do they
maybe
only
people
bring?
won't pay $6
They're
a
afraid
box.
they're gonna turn everybody into obese.
It's too late. Too late.
We can't have these out all year. People will eat them.
The newest member of the 1 Billion Club is Metallica again. Master of Puppets has now been played over 1 billion times on Spotify. Band said, we're psyched to share that Master of Puppets just made its way onto Spotify's Billions Club. Thank you. It's not the first time it's happened. Nothing Else Matters and Inner Sandman both have already done it. The song gained renewed popularity, though, after it was featured in the 4th season of Stranger Things on Netflix. Apparently, the character Eddie Munson performs it in a big scene.
So the new generation heard it pretty much.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Went, oh, that's a good jam. Yeah. It's like, you know how Guitar Hero was?
Right.
Like so many songs people know from Guitar Hero that they never knew otherwise.
Right.
You know, I mean, all kinds of songs that people.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's a real phenomenon. A 2024 Dodge Charger was stolen Sunday morning in Friendswood, Texas. The doorbell camera of the couple who owned it caught a man breaking into the car about 3:45 a.m. and driving off. Later, the neighbor, Brad, heard tires screech and saw the stolen car speeding through the area. By 7 a.m., it was found crashed into a ditch. When Reynolds approached to take the photo, the suspect laughed and said, "Too bad you didn't get my face. It's stolen." The car thief was wrong. He got a clear picture of his face. The man then he tried to threaten him and ran away. The car was damaged beyond repair. Police are now using the pictures to identify the dumbass.
Man, they're out for our vehicles, man. Them Dodge Chargers and Challengers, man. Like,
Do they steal a lot of those?
Man, yeah. Like, mine came from Memphis. Like, I ordered mine. It came into Memphis, and like when it hit Memphis, they were like, "You better get your ass up." Cause like the lots, you see lots up there, and they'll take like the whole car apart on the lot and stuff, man. Like, it's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a low jack in mine.
So like, you can find it if someone yanks it.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Crazy, man.
In Kitsap County, Washington, police had a case of chicken napping. An unidentified 50-year-old man arrested, accused of breaking into the home of his ex-girlfriend and stealing Polly, a pet chicken. Maybe he was hungry. He was fresh from being released by police. When he grabbed the chicken, the man could be heard yelling, "I got Polly!" before scurrying into the woods. Cops were able to track down the chicken thief who was clutching the chicken. Polly was recovered unharmed. The man taken back into custody again. What was he going to do with that? I'm concerned about what was going to happen to the chicken.
I'm concerned what he's going to tell people when he goes back to jail. What are you in here for?
Right? I mean, I'm saying, was he going to eat that chicken, love that chicken? What was he about to do to that chicken in the
He
woods?
said he had it clutched up. I was kind of wondering.
That's what I'm saying. It makes me a little nervous. He was about to get beat to beat. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
For 6 years, Iceland has been doing the 4-day work week thing. The data looks good. Those skeptical of 4-day work weeks feared they'd bring a lack of productivity, higher business cost, and challenges keeping service up. But apparently, over the past 6 years, productivity has remained stable, even increased in some areas, and workers say they have better mental health and a work-life balance.
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be great. I'd love to see us move to something more like that. You know, it's only society that says, hey, you need to work
Right.
this many days a week. You know?
Right.
You don't really have to. This is just how it's built, you know?
But that's like how you get in trouble with the small business. Like, like you don't have to work, but if you don't get paid.
That's
you don't
right.
work, you don't eat.
No, that's very true. That's very true. All right, let's get to a little sports here. Sources are now giving details on what's behind the burning desire of some NFL teams to get rid of the tush push because we've been talking about that a little bit, and I'm like, why is it a problem? Learn how to work around it. The first reason is how, quote, the play could result in injuries. If there was data to back that up, it'd be a fine reason, but there's no data for that. And then an anonymous general manager said the proposal is sour grapes on the part of the Packers. I don't look. This is just like it's a quarterback sneak with people pushing behind it. Find a way to stop it.
It reminds me of a rugby play, though. But it is. I mean, it is legal. But it
That's
reminds
what
me
I'm
of a
saying.
rugby play, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you see them playing rugby and they kind of do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that's what they got it from.
You just got to figure out how to stop
Yeah,
it.
you got to stop that.
Yeah, or don't let them
Don't
get
let them get that close. Exactly.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Warnings have been now issued to the NBA or by the NBA to Ja Morant and Buddy Hield after both players made gestures at each other mimicking gunplay.
It's getting out of control.
The finger guns between the Grizzlies and the Warriors. Sources said the league ended up determining that celebrations weren't intended to be violent in nature, but were inappropriate.
I don't agree with this. No, he did like this. He did like that.
Okay. That's
I'm just
nothing.
like, he just pointed, but the way he pointed, they're like, oh, he had to hit a long rifle or something.
Yeah, because that's what's going to do it. That's what's going to make a kid shoot somebody at school, isn't it?
Right.
Because he did that. Not because they played GTA 6 for 28 hours straight.
Right
beating up
before they went to
hookers.
school, right?
Yeah, no, it's
They're
certainly.
still on one. Like,
Because he went like this. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's silly.
Oh, man, that's insane.
How about this? Here's a bizarre sports story that you might have missed. On March 23rd, Aiden Haw was pitching for the North Carolina Tar Heels. He was sitting on a 10-0 lead over Boston College, and a complete game shutout was on the line with 1 out to go. Haw walked a batter who was on first when the first baseman, Nick Wang, hit a line drive towards the first base side of the infield. The batted ball ended up hitting the runner, which meant the runner was called out and the game was over. However, Wang's at bat was considered a hit, which ended up costing Haw his no-hitter.
That's some wild stuff.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. That is pretty wild, isn't it? All right, and one last sports thing. A group of season ticket holders for the Houston Texans have filed a lawsuit against the team, accusing them of fraud, conspiracy, and a lot more. 19 seat license holders claim Texas has been raising the price of tickets for PSL holders in an attempt to get them to give up their licenses. Once relinquished, the team could then sell or resell the tickets themselves, according to the suit. So they were apparently restricting the free market, eliminating competition. That's what they're saying. They want $1 million. So we'll see if they get it. All right. Good enough for that. Let's take a quick break. Well, let me mention this before we do. If you're looking for a vehicle and maybe, out driving in this rain, you notice that your wipers are done. You got those bald-ass tires. Maybe you got a window that won't roll all the way up, so it's blowing in on you, leaking in on you. Man, it's time to go down to Fitz Auto and trade that in. They'll give you a great deal on it. You want a late model, low mileage vehicle, man, they got it. If you want, I saw in our group yesterday, one of the people was texting about a truck over at Fitz, some 4-door, big-ass, super nice truck they've got. They got all kinds of pickup trucks, but even if you've had credit problems, they can probably help you out. Go over and see them, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, or you can go to fitzauto.com. Let's take a quick break.
When I'm with you, everything gets hazy. You might imagine I'm a little bit crazy. It could be true that I'm not quite right, but you're rent-free in my head both day or night. The dam is broken, it's all flowing out. Maybe I've been spoken to, what could be your doubt? Baby, I don't wanna make you feel sus, and I know I probably am, but there's just something magical about spinning world. I just need you. I just need you, girl. I'm not proud, but I'm damn sure real. It's just how you're making me feel. I'm not weak, but my knees are shaking. It's how I tell my heart's not faking. Oh, baby, I don't wanna make you feel such, and I know I probably am, but there's just something magical about us. I know you understand. I'm running so I don't miss the bus. You make me wanna be a better man. I'm never gonna stop giving you what I got. I never want you to feel a single raindrop. You'll never wonder if I'm gonna love you right, because I'm gonna be there every damn night. Oh, baby, I don't wanna make you feel such, and I know I probably am, but there's just something magical about us. I know you understand. I'm running so I don't miss the bus. You make me wanna be a better man. You make me, you make me, you make me. Ooh. Wanna be a better man.
All right, we are back, man. It is Friday. Welcome
Yes,
to your
it is.
weekend, man. It's I'm tell you what, I'm giving today's weather a 1-star Yelp review. It's rainy, it's
half a
nasty,
star.
it sucks. So
Yes.
just know that. That's my weather review for today. 1-star Yelp review. This story is so insane. I mean, you just got to wonder how the hell this can even happen. I mean, maybe you've texted the wrong person before. You ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, did it ever result in anything being a problem for you texting the wrong person?
No, nothing too crazy.
No, because normally you're probably just sending normal stuff. You're like, oh, sorry, wrong
But yeah, but
person.
usually I'm talking to like 5 people at work texting about
Yeah.
piercings, and I'm like, hit the wrong person. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, because they're like, I was not trying to get that pierced.
Right. No, I don't want you touching that at all, Chad. I don't like you like that. No, that's not what I mean.
I'm like, I'm so sorry.
No, this is real different. Tom Ross, he's the mayor of Minot, North Dakota. He resigned on Wednesday. This is the mayor, number one. So why did he resign? Well, an investigation into a sexually explicit video he mistakenly sent to City Attorney Stephanie Stahlheim in January. He explained that the video he shot of himself waxing the dolphin on his lunch break was intended for his girlfriend, but he accidentally sent it to the city attorney due to the contact name mix-up. It was sent shortly after a discussion between Ross and Stahlheim about a police officer's suicide. Ross requested Stahlheim delete the video and keep the matter private.
I bet he did.
Yeah, well, I bet he did in all kinds of ways. I bet he offered her everything in the universe.
God.
But instead, she filed a sexual harassment complaint 2 weeks later, seeking an apology and his resignation. Unsurprisingly, they decided his actions created an offensive work environment. You don't say. Following his resignation, the residents have 15 days to have a special election. Otherwise, the city council appoints a new mayor. I mean, that's a real
bad one.
That's a bad mistake right there.
If it was a mistake.
First of all, what are you doing in the car doing that? I mean, why don't you go in the bathroom and make that video? Go somewhere that nobody can ever be around. Don't do that in your car. Why are you doing it at lunchtime?
Oh, man.
I mean, I know you need to break some stress out, but, put Jack back in the box.
Right?
Leave him alone for now. Catch him later. Do it at home. You know, when your wife's gone to the store or something, surprise her that way. Yeah, there's not a chance in hell I would send a video of that nature. I'm never going to accidentally. First of all, I'm never going to make that video.
No.
Second of all, I'm never going to accidentally send that to the wrong person under any circumstance.
I'm looking at every keystroke on that one.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I'm reading that like I've never read in my life. Like my life depends on it because it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real bad day.
Man. Yeah, that's a horrible.
And nobody wants to get that video.
No,
Nobody. Even your wife probably didn't want that
no.
video.
No.
To be honest with you, she's probably, why are you sending that?
That's gross.
It is. Honestly, it is kind of gross. Like, nobody wants to see that, man. I told you that dude randomly sent my wife one on Facebook Messenger, and it's like, what are you doing, bro? How many ladies bite on this one?
It probably wasn't even him. It's probably like a random picture he found on the internet.
No, it was a video,
was it
and he
him?
was doing his business, and he sent it, and I just sent back a picture of me like this.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. That.
I know he was excited when he saw those ... You know that. Oh, she's responded.
Yeah.
Oh, she liked it. Yeah, this is gonna be. This is the one right here. I got one on the hook. He's waiting there with bated breath. Yeah. And then here's my stupid face. He's like, oh man.
Man. Bad day.
Yeah. I don't know why guys do that. It's so stupid. I mean, if you got no self-control like that, how are you gonna have really?
In a zoo.
Come on, man. Yeah, that's like some monkey stuff. We went to the zoo.
That's
in
always
Memphis.
uncomfortable when that happens at the zoo too, when the monkeys start acting crazy.
Man, we went to the zoo in Memphis and took the boys on a trip. You know, we went on a day trip to Memphis and had several things we did, but the zoo was one of them.
Zoo's awesome.
And I don't know what was going on. I guess because it was spring. Literally every animal there was banging. Everywhere we went, they were banging.
The turtles and all, right?
Everything, man. The bears, the monkeys, everything. You ever seen that video where that monkey takes that frog?
And throws it?
No.
I hadn't seen that one.
No, you hadn't seen that? God, man. I shouldn't even talk about it, but warning. Here, let me do it in advance. There's a famous viral video, an old video of a monkey, and it's a real video. I've seen other videos of them doing it, unfortunately, where they grab a frog and mouth side forward and use it as a... Yeah.
How?
Yes. You know exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. No. Yeah, just poor Frog. Can you imagine Frog just hopping along the ground, living his best life? Living his best life, and the next thing you know, it's monkey time.
Wow. No, I have not. That's crazy.
It is. Crazy that they would even think of it, man.
Yeah, like, was that learned? Like,
well, sure. I mean, somebody had to, some monkey figured it out and went, hey, all you monkeys, look at this.
check
This
this
is great.
out. This is fun time.
These frogs are useful.
That's pretty awesome.
That is. Hey, here's some really. I do think this is good news. I'm super excited about it. Ice Cube has confirmed they're making another Friday. It's happening. The rapper, actor, have been talking about a sequel for a long time, but now it's officially confirmed. They spoke with the Hollywood Reporter. New Line's Richard Brenner revealed the studio is excited to get it moving. He said, we are making another Friday. We just closed the deal with Ice Cube to write in it and star in it. It's going to be called Last Friday. Whenever this movie comes out, it'll be over 2 decades since the last one.
Make us feel old.
Yeah, the last film in the series, Friday After Next, was back in 2002. I hope that in this case, because I love Day Day.
Man, yes.
I hope they bring Smokey and Day Day back.
Right.
That would be cool to have both of them in it.
Yes.
And what's Chris Tucker been doing besides getting fat lately?
No, he's still living off that Jackie Chan money.
Man, yeah. He disappeared for like a long time. I don't know what was going on, if he had health issues or other
He got
things
religious and he got paid.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, I know he got paid on those Rush Hour movies big
He
time.
said he couldn't do them roles anymore.
Well, yeah, because Friday didn't pay very much. You know, I mean, they built that. They did that like on 100,000.
Yes.
No, it wasn't 100,000. Like $1 million.
It was cheap. Yeah, it was cheap.
Do you have a favorite Friday movie?
The first one.
Oh, you like the first one?
Yeah, well, I like the Christmas one too. The Christmas one's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like all of them, but I like Mike Epps. I think
Yes.
he's really funny.
Yeah, yeah.
It was hard to follow Chris Tucker as Smokey.
Oh yes, for
And
sure.
so for him to come in and do that and do it so well, I've always liked him.
No, yes.
You know, he's a lot of fun. I think
That's one of the only movies that came out that's had like sequels that's watchable. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, I
all,
hear you.
all of them are good.
Yeah, no, they're really funny, and a lot of great characters like that last one you're talking about had Cat Williams in it. Pimp Down, Pimp in Distress,
He's
Terry
always cool. He
Crews.
plays a pimp.
Yeah, no, Cat Williams is eternally funny.
They
he's
said
one of
that
the best.
what's the big guy? Debo.
Debo, yeah.
He was influenced. They said that character was influenced by Big U that just got indicted
really?
the other day out of Compton and stuff. And they were showing videos of him like checking the movie prediction people. I'm like, okay, maybe this is real.
That's funny. Yeah, that guy passed away who played
Yeah,
Debo.
yeah.
He was in he was in The Fifth Element.
He was from Compton too, supposedly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that Terry Crews is a Juilliard trained dancer?
Have you that way he dances to that song? I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean, if you'll notice, every movie he's in, almost, he does a dance thing.
right.
He is literally a trained dancer, and he's really good.
I was
He's
watching.
really good.
Have you ever seen Blended
Blended with
Blended
Adam
Family?
Sandler?
Yeah, he's sitting there doing the dance and he
Yeah.
pulls himself.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. He's always doing something, and he's so fun to watch, man.
Yeah,
I like
he's a
that guy a
trip.
lot. No, he is a trip for sure. Listen, let me mention this to you. If you are in need of some stress relief, anxiety relief, CBD can be good, especially if you don't like the euphoria or the stigma of marijuana. You know, so you want something that produces the good effect but doesn't give you the high, if
Right.
you will. So Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, that's what they do. They make CBD sublingual recipes for your specific needs. So it doesn't matter if it's anxiety, if it's weight loss, if it's pain relief, stress, whatever. And they'll tweak it based on your feedback until it's perfect for you.
That's awesome.
It is really cool. 80% absorption rate. So if you take a gummy or a tablet, it's 20%. So you're going to get a lot more for a lot less. And you can go over to bantx.com, bantx.com, and put in the code PATP25 and get a quarter off your first order.
There you go.
25% off. That's pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got going on this weekend, man? What are you going to be doing?
Probably building a boat,
Yeah. Building a boat.
getting ready for this water coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll be busy doing piercings, man. But I mean, if rain comes like it's, man, it don't look good, man.
No, I mean, nobody's doing it. Nobody's looking at houses during this kind of
No,
weather.
man, nobody wanna get out
Nobody
and
want to get
stuff.
out and deal with that
No,
right
man.
now. It's a mess for everybody
Yes.
except for maybe insurance people who are waiting for you to have a wreck so they can
Man,
jack you on that, man. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Here's a couple of futuristic type stories that are today that, if you think about it, it's wild. All right, so the first one is a startup company, a British startup company named MagDrive, and they've developed a new satellite propulsion system. It's called Warlock. It uses solid metal like copper as fuel. Unlike traditional electric propulsion systems, this one ionizes solid metal to create thrust. What they want to do with it is send it up in space where it fuels itself by eating dead satellites.
They need to, man. They said
Yeah.
it's like a garbage can out there right now.
Yeah, there's just stuff floating everywhere. All
right.
these old ass satellites that have been out of commission that, I guess that most of them would burn up if they did come into the environment, but they're just up, it's like junk.
Right.
And if we're going to be going back and forth up there, you can't just have,
That's what I was just.
various
they're having
satellites
to-
running
they're,
into
They're
you.
having to send us up to go up there off the debris. Like they're having
Yeah.
to watch the debris, waiting for like gaps in it and stuff. Like
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy, man.
it's like the garbage patch over in the Pacific Ocean,
Right.
man. It's like you just see, a bunch of junk up
If
there.
aliens fly over and they see that, they're not stopping here.
No, it's going to look like that. Like, you drive by somebody's house who's got a grown-up yard, a car on block.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm not
They're
stopping
like,
there.
No, we're good.
No, we're not
keep
going to pee
rolling."
here.
No.
We're going to keep going.
Yeah.
They'll go pee somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe that's good. Maybe we can fake them out that way, Don't come here. But this is a more scary article. But commercial quadcopters have been on the mainstream gadget scene for about 15 years now.
Drones.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They proliferate across industries and hobbyists. There's a swanky store on New York City's Fifth Avenue, and they sell them for, they go for thousands and thousands
Right.
of dollars. These things do. So what they found now though is that China has low cost drone add-ons that anybody with a credit card can turn your drone into basically a weapon of war.
Oh, I need to check into this.
I know, it sounds fun, doesn't it? So the more we looked at this and started to see the big picture, the more my heart sank, because these are toys, but they're really amazing at killing people. This tech didn't exist in the commercial space 2 years ago. It wasn't in demand from hobbyists, but now manufacturers are making it for war, and it's spilling over. So they found that long-range quadcopters, readily available for under $300, mainly priced around $200. The unit price of a long-range drone can go even lower when bought in bulk. But they purchased a 1 mile long tether from a seller for about $260. That put another 7.5 miles long on it. They also purchased an AI guidance module for $325. They purchased cargo holders that strap to drones and can be used to carry beer or water bottles, but also bombs. Those are about $100. In the 2 months since they made the purchases, they say the prices of most of them have dropped even. So the price is even coming down. So I guess that, you can add all these components to it and basically, turn it into it. It sounds like a lot of work, though. You got to be real dedicated to do it.
That's wild, though.
I said the things that work are at taking them down are machine guns, lasers, and massive jammers. So those are the things. Yeah, no, a shotgun, a shotty will take it out.
Spread on them.
Yeah. That's wild though. But I mean, you got to expect that's going to happen. I mean, we've been attaching cameras to it and everything else. So why not that? Yeah. Somebody's going to do it, right? Let's see what the people are saying right now. We'll check in on them. Boy, it looks like we got a lot going on here. Okay. Brad said, what stocks we buying? Well, I don't know, man. Whatever's going down
Right.
is
right
what you
now,
want to buy
man.
right now, I'd say. If Tesla drops again, pick it back up. It's going to keep going up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Doggy said, if anyone would like some firewood, there's about 2 years worth laying against my house this morning. So you must have had a tree fall.
Oh, man.
Do you have a tree fall, Mike? Brad also said Girl Scout cookies aren't all that. I don't love them.
I'm sorry.
You
Man,
kill
the
'em?
Girl Scout girls get me. Yeah.
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 That's funny.
Sorry.
That's funny. Andy says, welcome to Dolphin Waxers Anonymous. How long have you had this problem? Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You're talking about the guy that sent the video
No,
on
I know
accident.
what he's talking about.
Oh, Brandon Goodwin said WD-40 for the bolt I can't break. Brandon. I wish you could come here right now just so I could choke you out. You think WD-40 wasn't the first thing I did before I put a wrench on it, man? Come on, man. It's never been moved before. Of course I
Man.
WD-40'd it. I would have Vaselined it, KY'd it, anything I could do, man. No, I can't get the damn thing to
stuck.
break. It is stuck. But hopefully today, like I said, I got someone coming to try to bail me out. And if not, I'm going to go ahead to do what you said and go to get one of those tools.
Cheater bars.
Yeah, cheater bar to break that over.
That's the only thing. I mean, I'm not mechanically inclined, but I think that might help you out.
That's the one thing I have lots of friends that have some shade tree skills.
Right.
But I just don't have a bunch of friends around who are actual mechanics. Probably because they know I have shitty cars sometimes.
They're like, oh,
They don't want to help me fix them. No, it's not true. I actually have nice cars. As a matter of fact, this is the first real problem I've had
and
with the Infinity.
the Infinity's huge, man. Like that engine, like what we're talking about. Like you can lay across that engine like that. Like it's huge, man.
No, it's so big. That's why I can't get
Yeah.
torque, because I can't put my feet anywhere.
Massive.
I mean, I'm literally laid out
And you're
all
not
the
a
way,
small
full
person.
extension. Oh, thank you for noticing that.
Well, I meant like you're tall.
Height wise.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm laid all the way out and reaching as far back as I can
Right.
to get to the bolt. So I don't have, unless I was sitting on the stuff, I can't get any closer to it, and otherwise I'm going to break all the air conditioning and vacuum lines.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a real challenge to try and figure it out. I mean, everybody's come to my garage and scratched their head with me for about a week now. Not a week, 3 days. I
Like
guess.
King of the Hill and them sitting there
Yeah.
drinking a beer. Oh,
No, all of us sitting there, and some real mechanic can walk up and go, just do this.
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna
you'd
turn
be
it.
like, man, I hate you
You're
so
going to be
much.
so mad when it happens,
Yeah,
too.
no, he said try heat, a butane torch.
I'm going to burn the car
Yeah,
down
no,
there,
I'm going to
man.
weld it shut is what I'm going to do if I do that, man. Stop it. And maybe I should try some C4. That'll loosen it, right?
Hey,
Tannerite,
we'll
just
take
shoot
it
at
out there
it.
to the turkey range.
Yeah, that's right. We'll take it out there to the Tactical Turkey's place, and we'll get it loose that way.
We'll
with,
just get a whole
with your
insurance claim
Glock.
on. We'll
your
get the whole
Glock.
insurance claim on the car, man.
Yeah. What happened? Drive-by. Did they use a missile launcher? Yes. Why is there tannerite on the side of it? I don't know.
I don't know. A drone flew over about the same time.
Right, a drone came. That's what it is. Yeah, that's a good one. We'll come back after that. That's solid.
Yeah, just hit the club and it's straight fire. Man, them subs are woofing. Everybody bouncing on the dance floor. Ain't no doubt they hoofing. Ladies clocking me on radar. You know my drip is what's up. I see this killer honey from the bar. Oh shit, I'm about to level up. Like a U-Haul, she got them moves. Bouncing like she got something to prove. Her body picking up them beats. Like a sexy vibe antenna. Let the DJ play another song and you can bet I'm fitter. Swinging her long wavy hair, honey got that burnt sienna. Hips on swivel, she got them popping like a bowl of Rice Krispies. Oh no, bruh, she ain't stopping. Dropping it down, she getting shifty. Leggings running so far, they just scored a first down. Lines are running to the north, we gon' call that uptown. Like a U-Haul, she got them moves. Bouncing like she got something to prove. Her body picking up them beats. Like a sexy vibe antenna. Let the DJ play another song and you can bet I'm fitter. Swinging her long wavy hair, honey got that burnt sienna. She turned me into a magnet, a real top shelf reason. The way this honey moves, hell, might be the gold of the season. She got that big butt. I'm about to level up. Might be the gold of the season. Might be the goat of the season. Might be the goat of the season.
Man, listen here. Andy, you're not helping things at all.
Figured that's what it was.
You're not helping, Andy.
I think he's
He
just
said-
digging on you now, man.
Yeah, he said, bring her by. I'll bust it loose from a quarter mile away. Listen here, bro. Settle down, man. I mean, come on, man. Trying to fix it, man. Okay, I'm trying to fix it.
Like he's trying to impregnate it.
Yeah, right. You know what sucks is it was one of those moments in life where you're standing there and it's like, okay, so it's $1,000 to give to a shop to swap the starter out.
But
Now,
you're one bolt away.
yeah, my man brain says, I can do this,
Right.
And as for about the past 12 hours, I've been like, shit, maybe it was worth $1,000. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't, but I'm saying I'm just so mad. That
How
this
far
one
are we?
thing-
How many hours are we into this now?
Oh, don't ask.
That's what. Well,
No, don't. Please don't.
It
ask
might have
that.
been easier. So I'm just saying.
No, it probably was. I'm probably a foolish man who did something real dumb. because I wanted to save money. But once I get this off, it'll be fine. Once I get that bolt loose today, it'll be, and then I can just take it up to the armature exchange and they'll rebuild it.
Right.
And that's $200. That's $195 versus $500. And I just got to put it back together and hope that everything goes in the right place. Because let me assure you this:
take pictures and stuff, like record stuff.
I have a video. I can just go backwards in the video and it shows you that. But let me assure you this: if when I hook it all back up and I hit that key and it don't start, I might get divorce papers. My wife's like, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing? Yeah, babe, we watched the video on YouTube. We're good.
Your head's gonna go.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm going to be coming to stay with you. Tell Kristen to make a spare bed up in back there somewhere, because if I don't get this fixed by the weekend, if Monday my wife ain't rolling, I'm going to be rolling somewhere else.
Oh,
I promise you.
Calm down, Laura.
All right. This is a weird day because our comedy people couldn't come today. She had a schedule, but a great comedian.
Yeah.
This weekend, she's really, really funny over at the Looney Bin. If you get a chance to get out and do some comedy, maybe because it's raining, you want to go inside
There you
somewhere,
go.
it'd be a good place to go and check out. But because of that, we have a little extra time to fill today, and so I'm going to just clear out everything I've got in my prep. So this is all stuff that we haven't used, because every time I looked at it, I went, well, I'll pick something else.
Right.
So it's the best of the best. Kind of not. We may follow stories about who they're dating, what they're wearing, how they spend their downtime. Turns out people don't give a shit about their favorite celebrities' politics. A new survey finds nearly 2/3 of Americans don't actually want to know how their favorite celebrity votes. This is a poll of 2,000, and it asked people's thoughts on famous people in politics, and it found that only 22% are happy to find out if their favorite singer or actor voted red or blue. If they found out their favorite celeb didn't agree with them politically, 18% said, yeah, I'd stop being a fan. Gen Z and millennials more likely to want their favorite celebrities to have the same political affiliation. Gen Z more likely to stop being a fan if they found out their favorite celeb disagrees with them. Well, you'll come to find about half the people on the planet disagree with you.
Right.
Isn't that kind of normal?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I always think about it like this: if we agree on 80% of everything, why are we arguing over 20%? Let's talk about the 80% we agree.
Yeah, there you go.
Younger generations don't see sharing their politics in the workplace as a bad thing. No, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. It is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Don't talk about it at work.
You're going to ruffle somebody's feathers.
Yeah, it's just not good. Nobody needs to hear about that at work.
No.
Look, it's bad enough. You hear it everywhere else you go.
Kristen's dad, oh my God, every time she calls him, he's like Fox News watching. He's
It's
like,
just regurgitating everything.
Man, she's like, I know.
Right.
I'm so sorry for her sometimes.
She gets like a hostage on the phone listening to it. Yeah, no, I get that. Do you ever care what celebrities think about politics?
No, man, no.
Have you ever been influenced to vote a certain way by a celebrity?
No.
No. Me either, man.
No. Because they're on a whole other. They're in La La Land. You know what I'm saying? They're not really in our land, so I don't really care what their views and what they're
That's
thinking.
exactly
'Cause
right.
they don't know what it's. I mean, at one time they might have, but they don't know the real struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, they're so detached from it.
exactly.
I
It's
get
like
the
we'll
mo-
leave the country if we don't like it. We don't have that option.
Yeah, well, go ahead. And nobody does except Ellen. And good riddance. Nobody likes. She got canceled 5 years ago
exactly.
anyway. Who
She didn't
cares
really have
if
a
she
choice, I
left?
don't
Rosie
think.
O'Donnell left. Okay, I'm not crying about that. But I don't care what I wish that everybody would quit talking about it for the most part.
Yeah, I'm with you on
It's just
that.
like, God, man, talk about turn the page already.
Yes.
But yeah, you'll be disappointed in life in general if every time someone has an opinion you don't agree with, you can't
And that's
get
the
along
whole
with
thing
them.
on Facebook. Like you see these people like, I unfollowed 5 people today. Well,
Why? Okay.
okay, like
Do you think anybody cares?
how
No.
long were y'all friends? Like you
Right.
just destroyed that over like
Over what?
some-
Because you don't agree about immigration the same way?
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, okay. Yeah, no, it's silly. It's just a lot of silliness that goes
Oh, it
on
is.
out there. And I think people have finally started to come around and go, yeah, we don't care what they think.
It's kind of like the people on Facebook are like, I'm taking a social media break. I'm like, all right.
Bye.
Why are you on
Yeah.
here announcing it?
If I'm about to make if you're still here, you made the cut of my friends list.
Right.
Oh, thank God.
I see that one.
Thank
too.
God.
I'm in it.
Oh my God.
We're in it still.
Yeah, we're still here, so I can see your meaningless post about lunch every day. Jesus Christ, you arrogant prick. Nobody cares. Did you ever see that people post these things and you look at their
No,
post and
yes.
no likes at all, and you're like, what are you doing? You're just shooting that. You may as well just put that in a piece of paper and throw it in the river.
Man.
It's going to reach as many people as your post just did. 'Cause
God.
nobody wants to see your post
Nobody,
anymore.
yeah. Mm-mm.
That's the thing. That's why everybody moved off of. I mean, look, Facebook is very useful for connection and marketing, but it's not fun.
No, that's the only reason.
And that's another thing. I think memes are funny too. But you see these people hit each other with memes, and I'm like, you're not going to change anybody's mind with your smart, snarky ass meme, right?
Mm-mm.
So why are you doing it? You're just trolling each other.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you want to do. You just want to argue. I guess that's what you enjoy. But I'm like, I got better shit to do today
And you'll
than
click-
argue with a clown.
And it'll be like 20 replies under one thing. You're just like, man, what are these people doing?
Yeah, no, I'd say this is what you have time in your day to do is go back and forth with a moron.
Yeah.
Who probably has no clue what they're talking about. They're just repeating something they
Both
heard or
are being
reposting.
Keyboard gangsters in the closet.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's exactly in the closet with their keyboard. They're badasses, right? But in real life, it's like,
Man.
yeah, no, everybody's fatigued with that. We don't want to hear it anymore. All right, let's see what. Here's a story that I hadn't quite got to this week, and let's see, maybe we can get some people involved in this one. I bet we can. Ever feel like your partner doesn't appreciate the stuff you do for the kids or maybe around the house? One stay-at-home mom, it says, has come up with a, quote, perfect way to make sure it doesn't happen to her. She lays it out in a now viral TikTok. It's got over 3 million views. Her name's Amber Aubrey, and she gives a rundown of how much she charges her husband for all the stuff she does in a week. She said, everything I charge my husband for my stay-at-home mom services. Dishwashing, $20 a load 2 to 3 times a week. That's $300. Laundry, $35 a load. That's expensive. 4 times a week, $140 a week. Bathroom cleaning, $60 2 times a week. That's $240 a week. Floor cleaning, sweeping and mopping, $100 a pop, 2 to 3 times a week, $300 a week. Homeschooling, 2 kids, $400. That's $800 a week. Car shuttle, $50 a trip to art, gymnastics, baseball, and soccer, $150 a week. $50 a trip. What are you driving, a diesel?
Right.
Grocery shopping fee, not including groceries or tip, $75. Cooking, $500 a week. Breastfeeding fee. Stop it. Stop it. Just let the kids starve. Come on, man.
I'm telling
$200 a week. Yeah.
I'm telling her we're getting a house, a maid.
Yeah, I can get
Because you
someone
can get
cheaper.
a maid a hell of a lot cheaper now.
Yeah, you're
man.
too expensive.
Yeah.
Daily sweeping, $50 a week. That's $2,700 a week, or $140,000 a year. Said if he wants to save money, he can help me do any of these things. So maybe he doesn't help around the house, or I don't know. I mean, she stays at home. Maybe he's out there busting
But
his ass,
yeah, maybe yeah.
making money, and that may have been the trade-off they played out. Now, I'm not saying that she's responsible to do anything.
Right. No, 1,000%.
But I'm saying if you have a deal, arrangement you've made with your spouse, it's your arrangement, right?
Right. But you could do. I'm telling you, get you some blissful cleaning or something.
Yeah, right. Somebody else, because you're fired. Yeah, that bill's egregious.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, hold on, we're gonna make some cuts.
Yeah, no, that's right. Let's see what people are saying. Am I the only one they keep sharing about a lawyer advised me to tell Facebook is charging me and I don't authorize it? Oh,
Man.
listen, anytime you get anything like that, if you get it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't get out of your taxes by being a conscientious objector. There's no form you can fill out to get Facebook
Save all
to do
your
anything.
pictures or
Yeah, none of that stuff. That's all fake, man. Now they text you things.
Oh yeah.
They've been real devious. I got one. I'm getting all these texts about packages and taxes and different things. I'm like, man, You're an idiot. No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
biting onto that.
No.
But I mean, they must have a certain number of people that do.
Do you get the ones that just say hello?
Yes. Yeah. You get the one to just say hello, and then as soon as you respond,
It hits you with some crazy
yeah,
stuff.
they're
Like,
going to start
what?
trying to get into some money within about 5
Yeah.
sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that a lot. Or we'd like to hire you.
Yes. Oh my God, I get
Yeah.
so many of those.
Yeah. And then they want you to pay
Right.
something to.
If making money and stuff is too good to be true, a lot of times it's probably too good to be true.
Yeah. Rich said, I did something similar, Latasha. I added, I don't know. They're talking about something else. Y'all having y'all's own conversation in there, aren't you, Rich and Latasha? I see what's going on, excluding us, me and Chad here. The lone guy's out. Okay. Y'all keep going then. All right, let's go to this story. I told you I'm unloading everything today. A chocolate manufacturer has issued a recall of certain chocolate bars sold in the U.S. and Canada because they might contain small stones. Yeah, that's going to be a problem when you
Yeah.
bite into that one. Oh,
Tooth
man.
fall out.
Look like a chocolate chip. Just bust your tooth open. Tony's Chocolonely,
Really?
based in Amsterdam. Yeah. They have offices all over, but they announced Monday the recall, saying the chocolate bars in question were distributed. 7 lots of Tony's brand dark almond sea salt bar and everything bar were recalled because it may contain rocks.
How did the rocks even get in there? Like,
Man, I don't know. Maybe,
it's like a disgruntled employee throw them in there.
yeah, maybe, somebody didn't follow the shoe protocol and, they came out. I don't know. But if it says everything on it, you're going to bite into it, not think anything of it. Man, yeah, that's going to be, I would be mad about
Heck
that.
yeah.
Have you ever bitten in anything and it had something in it like that?
Yes.
Like what happened?
I chipped my tooth one time on a Whopper.
On
And
a
it's like-
Whopper?
yeah, I don't know what the hell was in it. I guess like I don't know. Yeah.
How old were you?
I was probably like 8, 9 years old.
Oh, okay. So it was a baby tooth
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
fell out
yeah.
anyway.
But yeah, it was still crazy though.
No, that is crazy. Man.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
My mom was mad.
Yeah. Your
Yeah,
mom was mad
Well, she was like mad at Burger King or whatever back in the day.
and they wouldn't do anything.
No, they were like,
didn't
what do you want us to do? I can remember it vividly.
Yeah, no, you'd have to have what you bit into and then
Right.
file a lawsuit, which is going to cost a lot of money.
She was just mad because I was her kid, She's just like, why?
No, the worst thing that ever happened when I, like that, where I bit into something, was when they used to illegally keep us at McDonald's after we closed to clean up, and they'd lock the doors.
Yes.
And so you couldn't leave until it was clean, right?
Right.
Which, again, is highly illegal. They cannot do that to you. Do not let them do that to you. But I had a Coke with no lid on it, and I was just drinking it as I went cleaning. And I'd been drinking it for 30, 40 minutes. And I get down to the bottom, I take that last swig, and I feel something moving. And it's a palmetto cockroach, those giant ones. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I was...
That's a rough.
Because he was like swimming in there, I guess, the whole
Yeah.
time, backstroking, doing his thing down there at the bottom. I don't even know how he got air. I don't even know if he needed it, And there, I was like, oh, hell no, man.
Yeah, that's
That's the worst. That's the worst thing that ever got in my
that's
mouth.
horrible.
And I've had some bad things in my mouth, I promise you. And that's the worst of them.
When I lived, I got a bad one. When I lived in this it was kind of like a crack shack.
Yeah.
And I had a bed that was on the floor, like no, you know what I'm saying, like a mattress just on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
But there's big rats and stuff in there. Man,
Really?
Yeah, I woke up one day and there's a rat on the side of my face, like he was fixing to go in my mouth.
Really?
Yes, I grabbed it and threw it I grabbed it by the tail and threw it to the wall. That was the last day I stayed there.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I was like, I can't do this no more.
No, that would freak me out.
Yeah.
You always hear those stories about rats gnawing on baby fingers or toes or things, people who are sick and they fall asleep or pass out and they gnaw on them.
Can you imagine waking up with it in your mouth though? Like
Hell,
he was fixing to, man.
Oz?
Like I know, for right.
No, I cannot imagine
But
waking
yeah,
up with it in
I
my
just-
mouth,
I just,
Chad.
I just grabbed and just did like this instinctively, and I didn't even know what was going on at first. And it hit the wall, and I was like, "Oh God,
Man, that is freaky.
big."
Yeah, the closest thing I could come to that, and it's really not, but was when I worked for Hank's Furniture, and I had that. We had what we called 12-hour sales, which was we'd work, noon to midnight.
Right.
and then you'd have to finish up before you left. So you'd leave about 1, get home 1:30. You know, so you'd be wiped out. I mean,
Right.
you've been busting ass all day, and so when I walked in my apartment, I lived by myself at the time. I was single, and sat down on my couch. Didn't even turn the lights on because I was just exhausted. I was like, I'm just going to sit here. Thank God I'm home. I'm off the road. I'm just going to, let me just lay my head back on this couch for a minute. And I'm just laying there like, thank God. And then I could feel something on my chest. And I'm like, you could feel the pressure of it. And at the first feel of it, I was like, is that real? But the second or third time, I was like, there's something there. So when I swung with my hand, I felt it. And I heard it hit. So I run over, I turn on the light. And bro, when I tell you, it was this big. It was a wolf spider. Bro, it was that. When I tell you it was that, I mean, it was the biggest one I've ever seen in my whole life. I tap danced on that son of a bitch till it was nothing but grunge.
Then you think you still have more on?
No, I wouldn't sit on that couch for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fumigated the house, still wouldn't sit on the couch. Took my TV upstairs. Like spiders can't go upstairs or something, you know what I mean? But
They can't go up the
I was like,
stairs.
I'm not getting on that couch for a while.
I don't blame you on
No,
that.
I think I finally just got rid of the couch. It icked me out forever
It's a
after
big,
that.
yeah.
It was the biggest spider I've ever seen.
So I had to be some babies in there probably. Yeah.
No, but have you ever stepped on one and seen that?
Man, that's.
I have.
I've
Where you
seen
step
it.
on them, you see all the babies.
I've seen it. I've never. Cause I'd be freaking out.
Yeah, it looks like a really fat spider, and then you get up on it, and they just go everywhere.
Yeah. No.
It's like sea ticks,
Yeah.
seed ticks, or whatever they are. You ever had those?
Man, back in the days, yeah, we used to run in the fields and stuff.
Yeah.
Them are horrible.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. We used to, when we lived out the end of Spring Hill Road. It was a common thing daily. We would have to do a tick check because we had so many of them.
Yeah.
We were on 5 acres of mostly wooded land, you know. So it was always ticks everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Chiggers is what got us and stuff.
It's crazy as many ticks as we had on us that we didn't ever get. What is it you get? Lyme disease?
Lyme disease, yeah.
Or a tick fever, Lyme disease, whatever they call it.
This lady came in the other day and she got bit by a tick and made her allergic to meat.
Yeah. No, I've
I
heard
was
that
like,
before.
what
That you
the
cannot
hell,
eat
man?
red meat
Yeah,
anymore.
she was like, I can't eat it. I was like,
Isn't that crazy?
What do you mean?
I probably need that tick to bite me so I can lose
Boy,
more
that's what
weight.
you wish for, man.
No, because I love hamburgers, man. I'd probably kill myself trying to eat them
Eating
anyway.
a steak and puking.
Right.
Still be forcing it down.
All right, let's take a quick break and do this. You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333.
Just hanging out, having a drink. Ain't doing nothing in the world. Talking to Steve and my boy Pink. And in the door got? What you got? What you got? Empty my glass, set it down. I just made up my mind. If your water I already drowned, there's no regrets I'm leaving behind. At the bar, your eyes meet mine. There's no way I'm not caught. Even down to how you hold your wine. Whatever it is what you got. It's what you got. What you got. It's what you got. What you got. Down, baby, I'm telling you. Down, baby, I'm telling you. Whatever is what you got.
All right, we are back. We are back. Man, it is Friday, and I do want to mention that our trip to the Blox, the show is coming up, and so we are asking everybody to help that can help. We've got links over on our Facebook page for our GoFundMe. We just are looking for a little bit more to help cover the expenses while we're there. We're going to go to Tulsa for a week and be on this reality show that's going to be on Amazon Prime. It's in its 5th season, so it's not some brand new show.
Right.
And it's a real big deal for us. So if you can help us out with $1, $5, any dollar, 50 cents, hell, I don't care. Every little bit will help us reach the goal that we are trying to get to. So appreciate that. Latasha said, my whole pregnancy I was paranoid I'd have a baby and a brown recluse would bite him in his crib. Oh, man, yeah. Those brown recluses are pretty bad.
Yes.
The thing about them is you may not even know they bite you. My dad rolled over, I guess, in his sleep. That's what they determined, and he was bitten by one. And he didn't know for days what was going on. But when it was all said and done, he had a hole in his leg about the size of a $50. Because when a brown recluse bites you, it's necrotic, meaning that it rots the flesh.
Right.
And so you have to get to it pretty quickly. She said, we have brown recluses in my house and outside. We have to buy a special spray. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Keep them gone, for sure. She also said, I accidentally tried stepping on a pregnant spider once last year. Worst decision I made. I didn't know they carry babies on them. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Yeah, spiders freak people out. There was a movie. Yeah, you remember that movie, Arachnophobia?
Just saying, I don't like it. I wouldn't even knowing that you're fixing to say the reference to that. But yes, I have arachnophobia. I hated that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in certain situations with spiders. I don't mind just seeing them in general. I still don't want them crawling on me.
I don't want to see it come hanging down close to me or on my shoulder. No.
I'll tell you when that I'll kill myself is when I walk into the wrong web. Sometimes when I walk into webs, I will freak out immediately, thinking the spider's either on my head, on the back of my head, somewhere. You know, but I've walked right into the middle of it, and he's just gonna.
The ones that tend to do that are them big yellow and black,
crunchy ones.
Huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
They're called banana spiders.
Freak me out, man.
I don't even know if they bite you.
But they look like little gangsters, man.
They do. No, they're freaky, crunchy looking spiders. They get real big. Those and the orb weavers, and they're not. I mean, they're really good. They're really helpful, but it still freaks people the hell out.
My buddy used to always go up and he'd find these big spider webs and he'd find the trigger wire or whatever and he'd sit there and tap it.
Oh, and make them run out.
Yeah, and they'd run out. I'd be like, no, don't do that, man.
So they have they have a trigger wire.
Well, I mean, he would just take the web like on the bottom of there and kind of kick it. And I think something's caught in the way and come running out there to eat it.
I forgot about no. I used to do that. Feed them bugs. I'd throw moss and things in their beetles. Brandon, I forgot about that movie. He said Eight-Legged Freaks. That is a great movie. That has, I think that has David Arquette in it. Oh, Dewey from
Dewey.
Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty funny guy. Brandon said, I drown them in spider spray. Yeah, no, I mean, that's correct. Yeah, I like to spray. There's a home defense stuff you can spray around the edge of your house.
Right.
Around the baseboards that'll pretty much get rid of everything. And that's what we used to do all the time.
They come to our house with like these mops, and they like take it and they hit like above everything and kind of like mop all up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like for spiders and stuff.
Who does? The pest control
Yeah, the
people?
pest people do.
Really?
Yeah, and you can see them on the videos. I watch them. It's like a mop, and they take it.
I've never seen that
Yeah,
before.
they mop like around the windows and all the gutters and all that stuff up there. They mop.
You ever seen those big spiders they have in Australia?
Man, I mean, anything in Australia, man. I mean, damn.
It all
Yeah,
wants
and,
to kill you.
A buddy of mine went over to Iraq or one of them places over there in the desert.
Oh, the crab spiders.
Man, them things are huge, man.
Yes. They're freaky, aren't they?
Like, man,
Did he
like
send you videos and stuff? or
yeah,
what?
like I seen some wild videos, man. Like they like the size of a tire. Like I'm not even kidding. Like a spare tire.
Really?
Spiders like this big. I don't know what if they were called spiders or what, but they were brown looking like the sand.
Yeah,
and they were,
no, I think they call them crab spiders, if I'm not mistaken.
no.
Or camel spider or
I think
crab
it is a
spider.
camel
Camel
spider. I think
That's-
it is. I
maybe
think
it's a
exactly
camel
what it
spider.
was,
Yeah,
man.
that's what it is. And, yeah, they're ridiculously big. I don't think that they bite.
I don't know, but I wouldn't want to stick
But
around to find out.
Hell no, I don't want to. No, man, if I see
And
a
it's-
spider like that coming, I'm going to pull out my gun and start
Something
shooting.
named camel, you just automatically assume it takes out camels. So if it,
Right? Right? Yeah, yeah, it's got to be tied to that for some reason.
a lot
It's as
smaller
big as
than
a
a camel,
camel.
man, it would take me out times 5, man.
Right,
Nope.
right. No, I would literally. Now that is when my arachnophobia would kick in. If I saw something that
Just start
big coming. No, I'm gone. Nobody has all the answers. Some of us need advice. Hannah on social media wrote, "My neighbors installed security cameras that have a clear view of my backyard pool and my teenage daughter's bedroom window.
Oh, no.
When I asked them to adjust the angles, they accused me of being paranoid and claimed it's their right to protect their property. I called the police. They say it's a civil matter, and they won't help. What should I do?" Well, there's nothing you can do other than you can put something up to block that window.
I've seen my neighbors going through this, I think. They
Yeah?
have like this, all right, because there's like one butts up to the other one, right? Like 2 neighborhoods. So this back neighborhood back here, I've been seeing on the back fences, they have like these big brown, almost like just like a drape almost, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like
yeah.
hanging down, but it looks nice. It don't look like something just
Right,
going up there.
right.
And I'm like, I seen that today. I'm like, they got to be blocked. Like that's
It's
got
like a privacy
yeah,
screen.
like they don't want to see the other people's houses.
That
and
is
stuff.
something that people are doing more of is they'll build either higher portions of fencing or they'll have other things that act as a privacy screen.
Right.
And that's probably what you'd have to do there because they can put cameras wherever they want
Yes.
on their house. I mean, and that is their right to do that.
When we had that pool, that house with the pool and stuff, we had the huge fence like that. What is it, like the regular 6, and we had 8s or whatever
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But our neighbor, he would be like that guy, real creepy dude. He'd go out there, my wife be out there swimming. He'd go out there and just stare. I'm just
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, it was weird,
could
man.
see him?
Yeah, through the fence and stuff. I'd be talking smack to him.
Was it like a metal fence, like
No, it
the
was
regular
no,
fence?
just a regular wooden
A
fence.
wood fence?
Yeah.
I mean, would he come all the way to the fence? and
No,
look
but you
through?
could just see him sitting on his patio.
Oh, he was
aim-
up a little higher.
No, you could see through the slits. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
And you could see him just sitting on the patio, like aimed right towards the. I'm just like, come on now.
What did you say?
I mean, I'd just be like, you perv and stuff like that. But I felt bad because after we moved, he shot himself in the house and burnt the house down on him.
That's a horrible story.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah,
I
that's
felt
a terrible
bad.
story.
Dude was weird, but then after he did that, I was
just
like,
needed a
okay,
friend,
man. Like
Chad.
he had some problems, man. But
No, he probably did.
but yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that
oh,
was
really?
bad, man. But yeah, he did do that though.
No, that would make me feel a type of way too. If you're
Yeah.
always,
And
looking.
when he
like
did that even kind of creeped me out more. I'm like, what was this dude capable of? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, sometimes you escape, you dodge the bullet, so to speak, right?
right?
Yeah, no, that's it's tough when you have neighbors that are a challenge.
Man.
Especially if you don't like each other. My dad had a neighbor. We had neighbors like that. that I think we all fought. I think the dad fought the dad. I fought the kid. My mom fought the mom. That's the kind of family we were. You know what I mean? We were fighting everybody.
We got a whole thing in our neighborhood right now. It's insane.
A what now?
Like these kids play in the road and like hang out in the road, and it's wild, man. Like my neighbors hate me.
Why do they hate you?
Because
What
of
do
my
you do?
car. They put speed bumps up to keep me from coming down there. And
Why? Were you
I was not
blowing
driving
it out
fast.
or something?
No, I don't drive fast in my neighborhood. It sounds aggressive coming down the street, so they just think I'm going
What do you
fast.
mean it sounds aggressive?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? So they think I'm moving. I'm doing like 10 miles an hour. I'm not speeding. So
I mean,
they're,
that's
they're yelling, car.
your car doesn't
like,
sound any different than a lot of trucks do.
No,
A Dodge Ram sounds like that.
exactly. They're yelling, car.
Do they put
car.
up? Do they throw up speed bumps for the Dodge Ram?
No, man, it's insane. It's
You-
only on
you might be-
my street
You
too,
think
man.
maybe you're just paranoid?
No, man, they don't like me.
Okay, there's got to
It's
be more than the
reciprocated,
car.
man.
What
No,
else? Are
man.
you blasting music?
No, they call me a racist, man. Like I've never been called a racist in my
A
life.
racist?
Yeah,
You?
I was moving in. My wife, that's who they called the racist. She turned around and somebody happened to wave at her, and she didn't see it, and I did, and I gave the nod, and the wife looked at the guy and was like, "Guess they're not used to black folks." I'm like, I grew up in the hood, like.
Yeah.
I kind of feel out of place in this place, man. Like,
No, it's like why would that be your first assumption? Why wouldn't your first assumption be, well, maybe she didn't see or whatever? Your
that-
first go-to is, oh, they didn't wave back, so they got to be racist.
and that was the day they were moving in, and then it was like all the neighbors from there down just started all kind of falling in a row, and I'm just like, okay, I see what's going on.
And so you got labeled?
Yeah,
Oh my God, man! So what are you gonna do?
not worried
You
about
got
it.
to get invited to the picnic.
No, man, they don't invite.
To the
They
cookout?
they have all that stuff, and we just like we don't have no kids and stuff, so I guess
Oh,
that's
okay.
like, oh, they don't have no kids, so
Yeah, that's well.
No sweat
I
off
can
my
attest. I can attest to for your neighbor that she's a moron because she got that one wrong. You know, I've known Chad for a long time, and
Just like-
I could describe Chad in many different ways. That ain't a word that would ever come out because that's so far from reality.
yeah, I'm like, okay,
But
that's
you
a
know,
new one.
sometimes people stereotype.
yeah.
You know, they just automatically assume you got a Charger and you're white. You might be a
White power.
racist. You know.
No.
No, it's the dumbest shit in the world, man. Wow, that's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Kristen said I went off on that neighbor.
I wasn't
that-
gonna go there.
That could be why there's a problem now. See, now the story.
But that was after the fact, though.
That was already
That
after
the
the
fact.
Chad reminds me of the guy with the skateboard from Friday After Next.
The guy with the skateboard.
Who had the skateboard?
Trying to think, man.
I don't remember that.
Oh no, he's talking about the gnarly little dude on the one with Day Day. Remember the little?
Oh
white dude?
yeah, the
I'll take that one, man.
little badass kid. Yeah, all right. I have the opposite issue. I'm the only colored person on my street. I'm covered in tattoos and dressed like I'm 20. They were in shock.
Rock out, man.
That's Tasha Mack.
Tell him.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that everybody's good. Are you good with your neighbors? Are they good to you, or do they freak out, or do they act different? Do you feel different? I mean, what's up with your neighbors? But don't feel, if they're not talking to you, don't feel terrible about that
No,
because
most people don't like that.
no,
Nowadays.
because I can tell you, we lived in North Little Rock for 2 years, and beautiful home. I still miss it. But our neighbors never talk. One of the guys I graduated high school with, literally, saw him like the day we moved in. Said, "Oh my God, bro!" Never saw him again. Yeah, the other 3 neighbors met him all once, never again. Like they were never outside. They never talked to us. Nobody ever came over.
Nobody ever brought
it
me
just-
anything to my house, like
Yeah, and that's
cookies or-
fine.
No,
But I'm just saying, it's not. Don't feel like you're the only one.
that's kind of like the oats. That's some of the newer stuff. Like I feel like it's happened in the last 10, 20 years. Like the whole camaraderie of a neighborhood. Like that's not really there no more. Like some
hard to
neighbors-
find it.
Some cul-de-sacs still have it and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but you don't really see that no more,
This is
man.
what Laura and I always wanted to do was basically build our own cul-de-sac out where we just had people we vibe with in
Man.
there. You know, because we thought that'd be
compound.
cool. Not necessarily. That sounds.
Well, I always talk
See, that's
about-
not when you use words like that. It doesn't help your argument, Chad.
I told my mom. I was talking to my mom. I was like, "You need to sell your house. We'll sell our house. We'll buy a bunch of land
Yeah.
and just make like a compound. We'll have build you a house in the back. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, no, we've talked about doing that with our kids too. She said they don't talk to me, but they love Tom. And she said Tom is white,
I was
white,
fixing to say.
blonde hair and blue eyes. My neighbors are all old and have lived there for 15 to 20 years. He's white, white. She said.
She said white, white.
Yeah, he's white. He's translucent.
He's cracker. He's like what?
No, she means he's the
No, I know
the
what you're
stereotypical
saying.
blonde hair, blue eyed guy. That's funny. That's funny. That's a funny statement. Kristen said, "Screw him. My neighbor finally talks to me, but I have no desire to talk to her. Shouldn't have assumed I was racist. I've never been told that. No, because you're not. I mean, that's why you haven't been told it. Only an idiot would say that to you. You know, they have the issue, you don't. But nobody wants.
man.
That's the worst thing you can hear, because you know it's like, oh, don't brand me with that
No,
crap,
yeah.
man. You know, and idiot people will do that who don't know any better or pursue truth. They only make assumptions and accept it as truth when it's not.
Just because one white person done you bad, don't mean we're all gonna do you bad.
Yeah, a lot of white people have done me bad. I'll tell you that.
I've had more white people do
yeah.
me bad than.
Hell, I should be racist against white people. As many white people have ripped me off. You know what I
I'm
mean?
telling you, man.
Yeah, so don't take that. Just people like that are idiots.
Damn
and
crackers.
that life will circle back on them. They'll find out. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, so Elon Musk is wondering why some lawmakers have become strangely wealthy during their stints in Congress. Maybe you've wondered that too. A new app allowing you to track their trade portfolios might be for you. The now viral investing app Autopilot gives investors the opportunity to replicate portfolios of politicians or investment managers like Warren Buffett. Co-founder Chris Joseph said that the app tracks politicians' trades and disclosures around financial statements. It's an example, it's rules for me and not for thee, he said of politicians like Nancy Pelosi in his mind. The funny story about how that all even started, before the Stock Act even happened, these politicians were allowed to do literally whatever they wanted. And you might not think on the surface that's a big problem, but it is, because you have inside information. You know what's coming around the corner that other people don't.
Right.
You may, in fact, decide what's coming around the corner.
Martha Stewart went to jail for that, didn't she?
Yeah, that's right. But if you're in Congress, you don't go to jail
Right.
for it. You stay and you get reelected.
Right.
You know, so yeah, these people know what companies are going to get windfalls and investments. So they can jump in. It's just like all the Green New Deal stuff.
All the people that are like that, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be able to invest in what they're pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
there
no.
should be some kind of like.
I believe that when you go into Congress or the Senate or any public office like that, that you should, anything you own should be put into a mutual fund, and it should be left there until you come out.
Done. Yeah.
You can't touch it. You can't add to it. You can't do anything.
Right.
Because you don't need to be trading on inside information.
No, and that's what they're doing. I mean.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what happened. So Autopilot will direct the brokerage to place trades when new public disclosures of trades are made for certain portfolios. So it's free for users trading one portfolio, $29 a quarter or $100 a year for the plus option, which lets you invest in multiple portfolios.
That'd be kind of cool if you're like into investing and stuff, because you could watch that and you know what the curve is.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not only that, but I mean, look, if you think Warren Buffett's got it going on and he knows what to invest in.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can
yeah.
watch the curve. You're like, he's investing, so jump by us on the same stuff.
Well, that's what it'll do. It'll automatically do it for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to say, hey, whatever Warren Buffett's doing, that's what I want to do, this app will invest in everything he's buying.
That's wild.
So it'll follow his exact moves for you if that's what you want to do. It could be at a percentage of it,
right,
or at the same amount if you're rich like Warren
Buffett.
Yeah,
if
you're a billionaire
like that, man.
I don't know if any billionaires are listening to this show. They probably have other things to do, honestly. I'm just going to be real with you. If I'm a billionaire, I'm not getting up at 4 for anything.
No, man.
I'm not getting up at this time of day.
4 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What do you think if you were a billionaire? What would you do during
Man, try not to lose my mind. I think that would be the hardest thing.
Being
You know
a
what I'm saying?
billionaire?
Because you have so much time on your hand. You have all, you know what I'm saying? Like you have no wants, you have no nothing. So like, it's just the idle time. You know what I'm saying? Like you just, because when you have it like that, all your friends and stuff don't have it like that. So you either got to make all your friends millionaires because you're a billionaire. So you make all
Right.
your friends millionaires so that they can hang out with you and go on the jets and stuff with you and
Yeah.
stuff. Or,
Yeah. So what would you do that? Would you?
I'd have to, man. Like I'd have to have like 5 or 6 buddies and be like, all right, y'all are coming. Y'all are my crew now.
I'm now rooting for you to win the lottery. I want you to know that I'm rooting very hard for you to win the lottery now.
But
Chad.
you know what I'm saying though. Like
No, you're right.
It's, when they say it's lonely at the top, well, take your friends with you to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you may as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some of them expect you. You're
No,
supposed to
that's
do
the
that.
ones you leave at the bottom.
Yeah. No, they're not in the cul-de-sac.
No, they're not in the cul-de-sac.
I think if I instantly became a billionaire, that I would build a cul-de-sac out, and I'd be like, okay, here are the friends I want around me.
Yeah, for
What kind of
sure.
house do you want? What kind of
Yeah,
house do you want?
for
What kind
sure.
of house do you want?
Got you a car, you a car.
Yeah. We're gonna get you all situated because now we're gonna go play all the
Right,
time.
yeah,
We're gonna go have
yeah.
fun.
No
you know?
job. We got shit to do, man. We ain't
Yeah.
working.
We can help people and play. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Right.
do those two things. We can do them together. It's even
Man,
better.
I'm telling you, don't ever let me get a lot of money. Oh God, it'd be bad.
What
There'd be signs, like they say on the internet. There'd be signs.
Like in the Evil Lives Here show, there were signs. What if you, let's say you hit the lottery? What would be the first purchase you'd probably make?
Buy a nice house on a bunch of land with nobody around.
Yeah, so not hookers and blow.
No, not hookers and blow. I
Okay,
passed
just
that part.
checking on that.
Done been there, done.
Okay.
So now I'm looking for like
So a house is the first
Yeah,
thing, a crib.
big,
Okay,
nice
how big of a
house.
house do you? When you say big,
Have you
how
ever seen
big
the
are you talking
house
about?
in Conway that Johnny Allison owns?
No.
Oh man, like he's legit millionaire. Like it's on the golf course, and like when you drive past his house, like you're driving, there's still house.
Yeah, so that big a house.
Yeah, like that.
See,
big.
I wouldn't want one quite that big unless it had activities in it for me.
It's got a bowling alley. It's got a movie theater. it's
Yeah,
got
okay.
all
See, that's
kinds.
activities,
I
Chad.
wired it, man. It's insane.
He's got a bowling
inside.
alley and a
His-
theater?
his-
He's got a bowling alley?
His daughter's room has a one of them damn thing with the horses and stuff.
A carousel?
Carousel in it. Expensive carousel.
In the room?
It has elevators in it. Not
They
the
not
little
like
cheap
us.
elevators. I'm
They
talking
not
about,
like us.
he used to be a drug dealer, man.
Really?
Yeah. He owned Ponderosa trailers. They used to bring in trailers with like the walls full of coke and stuff. And now he owns Centennial Bank.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Is that verifiable?
No, 1,000.
Because you got to be careful when you say things like that because somebody might come back on you and say, I believe that. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well,
Yeah, go with
I have
allegedly.
really, really allegedly no. There was a guy that escaped from prison named John Slack, and like he was after his ass over some old drug money and stuff, and he was held up in his his guest house, his
Okay.
huge house.
Yeah.
He stayed in there for a week when the police were looking for him and stuff. Well, then everything kind of died down. He jumped out. He kidnapped Allison, stole his plane, put him on the way to his plane to take him out of the country and killed him and stuff. And they stopped him. Like it was a manhunt all over Conway for like a week.
Really?
Yeah, I got arrested that same day that they caught him, and I'm sitting here on that thing, and he's right here next to me. I'm like, "You're a bad dude." He was just sitting there. But yeah, his name
So
was.
he was going to abduct him and kill him?
Yes, like, and he was like this man was like special forces. Like he was jumping in water, and they couldn't find his temperature and stuff. Like it was some Rambo stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody
he was
in
serious
Conway
business.
knows what I'm talking about, man.
That
Like,
is wild.
yeah,
bro.
man. Like Johnny Allison.
And now dude owns Centennial Bank?
Yeah, he's the banker. He owns the bank. What better way to wash your money with if you own the bank, man?
That is beautiful.
I'm just saying.
I mean, that is a good point. I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Again, we want to say allegedly.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so you'd buy a house would be the first thing you buy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I would probably be in the same boat.
And then a bunch of toys to play on out in the land. Like,
I would
have a
want
big
I would want a
pond.
couple cool cars.
yes.
I don't
yes.
need 20 of them, but I want a couple of them.
I'd have like RC planes flying over there. Like, I'm telling you, it'd be bad if I hit the lottery, man.
No, you probably would. You'd be
Toys,
a kid all
toys,
the time.
toys,
wouldn't you?
yes.
Yeah. Doing extreme stuff.
Man, be
It
fun.
would be fun, man. What do you think the most extreme type physical activity you've done is? And I don't mean drugs.
I climbed that Pinnacle Mountain.
God damn. That's not a good answer, bro. That is not a good answer. I climb Pinnacle, man. Come on, man. That's something the lady that recovered from my 600-pound life says. I climbed Pinnacle today. Oh, good job. Good job. You're down to 400. That's great. I climb Pinnacle. Pinnacle's not even, that's a hill.
I don't even get out like that, man. Like,
God.
I don't ride bikes. Like, that's not me. That's not my
No, I
forte,
got
man.
you. I got you, man. That's funny. That's hilarious.
I went to boot camp. They made me run 15 miles. So ever since then, I'm like, I don't like running. I don't like walking.
Well, you could have said boot camp would have been a better answer than I climbed Pinnacle.
I did that in boot camp. They took us to Pinnacle to climb the mountain.
Oh, okay. That was part of it. Okay. Now, that was a boot camp, like a correctional boot camp, right?
It was a school-funded kind of like place. Like, they took me into the office one day.
ALC?
Yeah, they kind of took me into the office one day, and they're like, all right, either you're going to start coming to school, or we're going to throw you in jail until you're 18 or until you get your GED. So I was like, sign me up. And they were like, for what? And I was like, for boot camp. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, when can I leave?
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, sign me
How
up.
long did you go?
6 months.
Now, was it during school?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you have to do your schoolwork while you were there?
Yeah, I went to a school, like a full-out school.
Oh,
We
it
had
was like a school?
Military school, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we like marched to school. We got up at like 5 o'clock to a bugle call, walked outside, did a formation, walked back inside, got ready for school, went to lunch, went back to school, and then after that we worked on marching and stuff like that.
Did you have to wear uniforms?
Yes.
Yeah. Like Army or type uniforms or what?
It was like we used to wear bugle boy pants.
Really?
Yeah, high-tech combat boots and like green shirts and a green cap, and we had like green jackets we would wear.
Okay.
So I hated green when I first came
Yeah.
back, but now I love it. Like, my car's green, but when I came back, I could
didn't like
not stand
anything
the color
green.
green, man.
So, do you advance while you're there? What happens?
When you advance, you get to go home. Like, you can go home early if you get your GED and you're acting right, and you get a job back home that'll say, okay, we'll take you back. So
Yeah.
you
So how how did you end up doing it? Did you leave early? Did you graduate? What happened?
I called Heritage because I'd worked there before.
Heritage.
And I used to sell like crazy on the phone. So
I
I was
bet
like,
you did.
I was like, man, they got me up here in boot camp. I was like, but if y'all give me a job, I can get out this place and I'll come back in there. I'll make some sales. They're like, we got you.
They did?
Yeah, they got me out.
So you were there 6 months?
6
though?
months.
How long would you be there otherwise?
Well, I got out about 5 and I got off like a half month
Okay.
early, about a month early or something like that. So I got out a little bit early. but
Okay,
not
okay,
like
so-
crazy. I think it took me 2 times to pass my GED test. I failed it the first time, and then
Yeah.
I passed it the second time. And then that's when they offer you all the stuff.
Okay, that's wild. And that was a court thing or a
Yeah,
school
it was a
thing, I guess?
Yeah,
School thing?
school thing, yeah.
So you volunteered for boot camp so you didn't get
Well,
kicked
I mean,
out.
it was either that or go to school or go to jail until I was 18. And I was just like, well, they're going to make me do the same thing. And then I was like, I might as well go out. I don't know, man. I was like, I'm tired of this place, man.
No, I get it. I get it.
Like, send me.
All right. I tell you what, let's take a quick, well, let me mention this. I do want to mention that if you're looking for home financing, I really do encourage you to reach out to Josh Taylor. I post all the time when I help people buy homes. You can see it on my Facebook page. And a couple this past week got into a home, and their total investment to get into the home and move in was $2,000.
Awesome.
That is awesome. The one before that was $500. Yeah, it's really crazy what can happen. Now, I'm not going to tell you every case is like that. It's not. But you can probably, in most cases, get into a home for a lot less than you think in dollars. Reach out to Josh Taylor. He's at First Horizon. They have $9,000 grants. That helps a lot. All right. His number is 351-2579. It's 2579. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back and we're going to get into. So I've got some great stories today for This Shit Ain't Funny, and yeah, you're gonna like them. Trust me, you.
What is there to say that's not been said? A love that was trampled, is it already dead? I keep trying, I'm calling your name. If we lose, it's a shame, and maybe even a sin, but it's dying, 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 dying. I don't want it to die. I don't wanna cry. I'm reaching for you, and you're asking why. Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul? You thought that we would stay on our very first day. Baby, I've lost my way back into your arms. Don't leave me in this frame. Don't you hear the alarm ringing, can't you hear it? Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul? You thought that we would stay on our very first day. No, 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 no. Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul? No, no, no. Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul?
I don't give a damn. I think that's a jam right there, man.
Yes.
That's a good one. All right, let's do this because it is time. We've got a bunch of them to do today.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big aardvark drowning somebody. Why you laughing? Why you laughing?
Did you see that Luke hit over 4 million?
Yes, that's insane.
Yeah, that's
man.
wild, isn't it, man? It's so cool to see his
Watching
meteoric
that growth,
rise.
man. Yes.
Yeah, this is bad. 16-year-old track and football star Austin Metcalf stabbed to death Wednesday morning during a championship track meet at Kirkendall Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Metcalf, a junior, at Frisco Memorial was attacked in broad daylight at a school-sanctioned event meant to showcase hard work, discipline, and sportsmanship. Think you failed. The suspect, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony of rival school Frisco Centennial, not the basketball player, now charged with first-degree murder. It happened at 10 a.m. in the morning. That's too early to stab people to death. During the Interscholastic League's 5A championship meet. Witnesses say the attack was swift and left no time for intervention. There was an altercation between the students, despite life-saving measures by police and fire personnel, including CPR and blood transfusion. The 16-year-old victim died. Anthony Frisco is in custody, but Metcalf said his son didn't know the student who attacked him. This is the father. His twin brother was nearby when it happened. He witnessed the stabbing and desperately tried to stop it. They were identical twins. So his brother was holding him, trying to make it stop bleeding. He died in his brother's arms. That's tough right there.
Yeah, that's real tough, man.
That's tough. That's tough right there. Don't really know what the motives were right now. I don't know if he just didn't want him to beat him in track or what.
That's bad.
That is bad.
Was it Nancy Kerrigan stuff?
Yeah, and Tanya Harding. This is bad in a different kind of way. Natasha Emeny experienced a shocking incident when she discovered her 1-year-old son, Koa, that's K-O-A-A, like Noah with a K, had gotten a hold and eaten some of his grandpa's cremated ashes. They were stored in an urn on a high shelf. Emeny believed was out of her kid's reach. Anyone who's been around a toddler knows they can get to shit. I mean, that does happen. But when she came back into the room, he had gotten the urn. He'd eaten some of it, and the doctor said he would be fine after drinking some water. He didn't have any problems with eating Grandpa, apparently, despite kind of the initial horror. Later found it a little bit funny.
That's messed up.
That is kind of messed up, you know. This tastes good. What is it, Mom? That's your Grandpa.
You know he's going to hear about that his whole life.
Yeah, you ate Grandpa. That's what I'd tell him. Remember the day you ate Grandpa? It's terrible, isn't it?
Oh, man,
That's
poor
terrible.
kid.
Yeah. 3 Texas teens are behind bars for what police say was an attempt to murder their mom over Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Yeah, siblings 14, 15, and 16 coordinated to kill their mom
Oh, damn, all 3 of them?
after she turned off their Wi-Fi access. March 23rd, deputies responded. When officers arrived, the teens had allegedly attempted to stab their mom with kitchen knives and chasing her through the house and into a street where she was then struck by a brick.
What?
Yeah, their grandma tried to protect them, but she was knocked over. The 3 siblings arrested, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Neither the teen's mom nor the grandmother were seriously injured. I mean, let me ask you this.
There ain't no dad in that house.
No, there's definitely no dad in the house. Number 2 here, if your kids, if the 3 of them try to kill you, right? So they go to jail and let's say they bond out to go to trial.
Oh, you're dead.
Are they coming home?
To kill you?
I mean, are you going to let them come home if you're the mom?
Hell no. Like, they just tried to take you out,
Do you
man.
still love your kids anymore after they all tried to murder you?
That's a tough one, man.
Are you responsible to love them anymore after they all try to murder you? Or can you go, I'm done, I'm out.
Yeah.
Ollie oxen free, you tried to kill me, I'm done.
That's a tough one, man.
What do you think?
I don't. It's a tough.
That is a tough one.
How,
isn't it?
I guess it depends on how mad he was. I don't know, man. Like, that's a tough one.
Yeah, no, it is. No, I don't know what you do about that. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, if my 3 kids all conspired to kill me, maybe I'm not going to let
Maybe
them
I'm
come
just
home.
moving out and going somewhere else because, 3 out of that's got to be telling you. Maybe it's more than the Wi-Fi is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe there was more to it, you think?
Maybe the Wi-Fi was just like the determining factor.
Yeah, maybe that was the final straw
Like,
for these
no,
guys.
she's got to go.
All right, how about this? 6 people are behind bars after a man was kidnapped and tortured using a metal bat in an Ohio hotel room in a case prosecutors are describing as extremely disturbing. A grand jury indicted several people. The defendants began holding a man against his will on March 14th and started torturing him at the Red Roof Inn in Ohio. Nobody came by? Housekeeping? Help!
Nobody heard it. Like
That's what I'm saying. I mean, nobody heard this.
something.
It lasted a week. The
God.
group restrained the man while beating him with a metal bat, depriving him of food and water. The police department in Red Roof Inn didn't immediately respond. If I was the Red Roof Inn, I would never respond. His injuries were results of being struck with a baseball bat, struck with fist, elbowed, stomped, multiple fractured bones. The arrest warrant details how the man was forced to stand for extended periods, slept for 10 hours during 7 days, some serious injuries throughout his body. On March 21st, he was allowed to leave the hotel to go to a local speedway where he was able to get in contact with the authorities.
Why did they let him leave, man? Like that.
Well,
I think he was gonna come back for more.
I'm not sure why they let him leave. To be honest with you, maybe they thought he was going to come back and bring them money.
Oh, my
I
God.
don't know. But I mean, a week long, if that's,
I'd
man.
be running out that door,
Well, you ain't going to run nowhere if you've been hit with
Yeah.
a bat. All that
rolling
time.
out the door.
Yeah. All right, here's another one. This is your worst nightmare come true right now.
Uh-oh.
Well, it could be. It's close to it, okay? Every kid's worst nightmare came true Monday when officials said a monster was discovered under a child's bed. Barton County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a Kansas home for a disturbance call. A babysitter spoke to officials. When putting the kids to bed, one of them said there's a monster under their bed. She wanted to show the kid there was nothing under there. She came face to face with a man hiding there. The babysitter and the man got into an altercation. A child was knocked over during the scuffle. The suspect fled before police could get there. The babysitter who had previously lived at the home, it was a guy, Martin Villalobos. The guy who previously lived at the home, he had an abuse order issued against him, barring him from the residence. Deputies said they searched the area but didn't find him. They eventually found him the next day. Yeah, if you're under my kid's bed, you're going to die.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
going to
about
kill
it.
you.
Yeah.
You're not leaving the house,
No.
I'll tell you that.
In a body bag.
Yeah, that's the only way you're leaving.
Yeah.
You'll never have another chance to hurt my
No.
kid. I promise
No.
you that. And here we go. You know, people have been lighting Teslas on fire. They've been keying them. They're doing all kinds of things. How about this? A 60-year-old woman driving a Tesla was boxed in by a male driver and beaten while she was sitting in her car.
What?
This is in Flagstaff, Arizona. The victim, who remained anonymous, was appalled when a motorist chased her, boxed her in, began hitting her through the open car window. I didn't buy my car for a political statement. I bought my car because it's fun to drive. My politics have nothing to do with that. I'm ashamed of society and what they're doing. She bit the attacker's hand as he punched her with a closed fist. The suspect is charged and went to court. I don't know what the outcome of that is. But how crazy is it?
Wow.
Now that you're going to chase him down and beat him? A 61-year-old woman? Man, listen. If
That's just somebody looking for somebody to, like, they're already wanting to tear up somebody. Or, You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, they're just using that as an excuse.
you're not helping your cause, though,
No, at all.
in any possible way.
No.
All right, how about this? Something was going on here. 4 current and former deputies from the same sheriff's office in Texas have died by suicide over a 6-week period. Harris County Sheriff's deputies all found dead between February 6th and March 19th. The first incident, retired Deputy Long Nguyen died by suicide. Deputy Christina Kohler, who'd been missing for more than a week, was found dead by suicide March 13th. 3 days later, former Deputy Maria Vasquez's body was discovered. The Houston Medical Examiner said it was suicide. On March 19th, retired Deputy William Bozeman died by suicide after 24 years at the Sheriff's Department. What the hell is going on there?
That's like some hit stuff. Like, that's a little coincidental. Like, somebody
It does sound
knocking
odd.
them off and making it look like it's like they're doing
I
that.
mean, 4 of them seems odd, or
That's
they
wild.
or they were about to be busted.
That's
for
what I was
something.
just going to say. They're all entwined in some kind of big...
In a blackmail.
Yeah, something going on.
Yeah, maybe somebody came to him and said, if you don't do something, this is all going to be released. and maybe all 4 of them killed themselves, but it does sound very suspicious.
Yes, that's yeah.
4 in that period of time from
That's
the same department.
yeah.
Man, but good news, they have openings. That's wrong of me. That's wrong. Finally, Europol, which is like Interpol, has busted a massive international pedophile network based in Germany. According to them, authorities raided an expansive child exploitation network operating across 30 countries. The takedown resulted in numerous arrests connected to the distribution of illegal child abuse content. The law enforcement agency confirmed that the illicit online hub operating on the darknet under the name KidFlix was brought online through a coordinated investigation led by Germany. Authorities estimate that the now defunct platform serviced a staggering global user base of 1.8 million individuals.
Man.
Operation Stream has been the largest operation ever handled by law enforcement in Germany. In one of the biggest cases supported by law enforcement, investigators have already extended to 35 countries, and so far, law enforcement has apprehended 79 suspects with around 1,400 more people under investigation. Launched in 2021, the site became one of the biggest operations of its kind, with European investigators labeling it the largest ever uncovered on the continent. They had over 90,000 videos of child exploitation and you know what.
Damn.
Averaging 3 to 4 hours of video. After paying for access, users were able to stream or contribute content.
Everybody on that list needs to be just.
Yes, that is correct. If you visited it, if you came by that website, you got to die.
Yeah.
You got to go.
At least get your nuts cut.
Yeah, at the very minimum. I say you got to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's wrong. I shouldn't say that, but you got to die.
But you got to die.
You got to die. Yeah, for real. All right, let's see real quick before we go. Said Patrick always finding the silver lining. That's right, that job opening. You got to find the bright side of things, man, right? Those giant spiders they catch with 5-gallon buckets in Australia look scary, Scotty said when you were talking about those camel spiders.
Crazy.
Oh, no, in Australia.
Australia's
Australia.
another
No, that's
one.
the
The ones you were talking about.
yeah, what are those called? They're big. They're also big. And
5-gallon buckets, man.
I
like
don't
that.
think they can bite you, but if they are very venomous, if they could, you would die.
Kind of
but
like
I
a
think-
granddaddy long leg or whatever.
Yes, yeah. A lot of people don't realize that if it could bite you, it'd be the most venomous thing on the planet as far as an insect goes. But it can't, you know.
I don't trust that.
You don't trust what, that it can't?
Yeah, I just stay away from all of them. Even if they say it can or don't bite, I'm like, I don't. It's got 8 legs.
Andy, Tactical Turkey, said, man, Pierce seems like the real James Bond to me. GoldenEye. No, bro. No, I like you a lot. But that's Crazy Town. No, hell no, Pierce Brosnan. Remington Steele, bro. Stop it. No, hell no. I did love Sean Connery. I loved Roger Moore, even though he was kind of silly. Pierce Brosnan was okay. Timothy Dalton sucked. He was only in one, The Living Daylights, I think. And I love Daniel Craig. Who did I miss one in there? Anybody?
I think so.
George Lazenby, the first one, but he sucked.
How far does that go back? Is it like the
Bond
20s or is
no,
it the
no.
50s? Is it like
The books
50s?
go way back, but the movie started in the 60s.
60s?
Yeah, the 60s. And I don't remember which was the first one, but maybe Her Majesty's Secret Service. That may be Sean Connery's first. But no, that is right. George Lazenby did, I think, the first one, and then Sean Connery took over. Then Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. I don't think I missed anybody. For a long time, they wanted Idris Elba to be.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, I thought I'd seen some hype about that not too long ago.
No, he's not doing that, but I would love to see that. Did you see that they're coming out with John Wick 5?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work.
Yeah, he died.
I thought so.
He died on the porch, like
Didn't
on
he?
the steps.
Didn't he?
I thought
That's
so.
what I thought too. But I'm like, well, somehow they're doing a 5. So, I
He
guess.
was a bad dude, though, man.
John Wick movies are awesome, dude.
Yes,
There's
they
more
are.
ass kicking per
Man.
second in those than anything.
Yes, the training and stuff he has to do, like, is
Well,
insane.
that's what, when he did the Matrix, he went and really learned jujitsu, like
Yeah.
legit. And he was like, well, now that I know it, I may as well use it. And so he's used it several times now.
And he could tell by the way he holds pistols, and like he knows how to.
Oh no, that dude
Yeah.
probably whoop your ass.
Yes, in a second.
Yeah, that's why he can ride the subway by himself.
Yeah, he ain't messed
in New
up
York.
about you.
Lit-
Yeah.
Literally, dude rides subway by himself in New York
I seen Harrison Ford standing on the subway the other day on
for a movie or something.
No, like he was legit waiting on the subway, and they were like, "This is something you do not see," and it had him sitting there, and he was just like looking around. I was like, "That's wild."
Was he lost?
It kind of looked like it, but he was. I mean, he was waiting on the subway.
Yeah, it'd be weird to see Han Solo in there.
That's
even
wild,
old
man.
Han Solo.
Yeah, it's like that's crazy.
Yeah, he is, man. To be able to play two different iconic characters in your career, as big as Indiana Jones and Han Solo, is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You
In
know?
in that span of time too, it was
Yeah.
like bam, bam.
No, I mean it really. He's great. I mean, he was.
That's what we grew up on, man. Like he was.
It
in
is, man. He was in everything when we grew up. You're right about that. Him and Robin Williams.
Yes,
were in
man.
everything you
Yes,
could see.
it seemed like it.
If it wasn't him, it was Robin.
Right.
Yeah, because The Fugitive is another great
Man,
Harrison Ford movie.
yes. I love The
That's
Fugitive.
a really good
Yes.
movie. If you ever get a chance to go back and watch that with Harrison
That's a
Ford,
really good one, man.
it's a great one.
And it's got Tommy. What's his name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, yeah.
They had a sequel with Wesley Snipes called U.S. Marshals. It's pretty good too.
I like that one too, though.
I did too. It's actually.
I didn't really know that was a sequel, but I can see that you saying that.
Yeah.
Now. I never really thought about that.
It is. It's a sequel to it. They just didn't have Harrison Ford because, well, he was exonerated. You know what happened.
Right.
Spoiler alert. He's innocent. All right. Listen, we were short-handed on guests today, and that's fine. Not a big deal, but we are going to wrap up early. I do want to thank everybody. You guys are amazing
Yes.
and awesome. Keep sharing everything. Keep liking us follow us on YouTube. Please tell everybody you know, everybody that's listening, everybody watching, go follow us on YouTube. We need you to do that. Please do that. And we will be back Monday, y'all.
Peace.